On today's video, our friend CharacterT decided to go 0 a 70 million power player towards the end of their previous Lost Kingdom. This is a couple of weeks ago, but this video was brought to us by him. He recorded this whole thing, so I wanted to show you guys how things look like from the perspective of a rally leader zeroing out a individual as strong as 70 million power. So sit back, enjoy the video. Hopefully you'll find it informative, helpful, useful. We'll talk a little bit about the types of commanders he sent, the types of commanders on the other side, and just go through the motions of what it is to be a rally leader. So sit back, enjoy the video. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to Gekko Gaming. Today, CharacterT has sent us some footage of him zeroing out a 70 million power player on their last Lost Kingdom. He's going through the reports right now, looking for the scout of the individual we're about to go zero. And boy, oh boy, 400 plus tier 5s of each kind. That's 1.6 plus 1.7 million tier 5s that are about to go down. This is CharacterT from Tx46. Here's the thing. When you're the rally leader, when you're the guy in charge, you're gonna see a lot of cutscenes happen in the beginning. Right there is one of them. You're consistently communicating with the folks in your alliance, so you can't just sit there and spectate. We are sitting and spectating the hit happen, but in between there are all these small cuts, one more coming in a moment, where CharacterT had to say, okay, we need to send these coordinates to this people. We got to put a marker up. We got to make sure we have our next rally set up. We got to make sure all the alliance know what they're doing. They're coming in to reinforce. All of a sudden, a troop that belonged to this guy came in kind of like crying back home. So there are hospital beds full. There's a YSG all of a sudden on the open field, on the defense, and bam, just like that, watch them fan out. That was a cutscene where CharacterT goes YSG back into the stage. Get out. Apparently that YSG was out on the open field. Once it came back in, it was the garrison commanding commander, and so he came in back into the city, and now there's AoE. He instructed his alliance to move away. Being a rally leader is not just let me set the troops and go for it. You're the person in charge of everything happening within the area of your rally. So it is part of the rally leader's responsibility per se to get the individuals around to be aware of what is going on within the rally. So what you're seeing here is CharacterT doing his job. First and foremost, letting everybody know there is a AoE situation here. By the way, another rally that was earlier on, the first rally that hit this thing, and there are 2 rally reports in there. It was just bonkers. First rally went out the window. Second rally, we already have deads, and this is a third rally that reacts to the situation in the city. We're looking at 61 million power, 9 million power down, more than that by now. And CharacterT knows that there are a few moves he needs to be making. On top of course, leading the rally, at some point he wants to get his alliance to start swarming as the city goes lower. And so he is the beacon to tell everybody it's time to swarm. That's part of the job of a rally leader. A rally leader needs to be not only in charge of making sure the rally is well set and consistently being refilled, but also let the folks around know about the timings, about location, about placement. 58 million power on this guy. We're 4 minutes into this and he's already dropped 12 million power. A bunch of resources were taken out. This is what's left there right now. And I'm kind of chopping through the footage because it's kind of pointless for you guys to see what CharacterT was saying to his alliance mates along the way. But we will leave a small piece of full uncut footage of the end of this situation for you guys to see kind of how it is like to be on the side of CharacterT. I also had to, you know, cover up a little bit of the things around because this guy is not really looking to put out his business on resources, gems, and all that good stuff. And so you can see a little bit of the chat, but and again, the one message that you can see is by him. It goes to show you again how much activity needs to come from him in order to get this job done. And bam, another 191,000 troops die and go away. At this point, there is low enough of a troop count that these folks decided they want to start hitting this straight up. I don't think that was the best idea, and so didn't CharacterT, which is why everybody backed off and one more rally was set. What does it mean to lead a rally beyond, of course, having the responsibilities that we mentioned? It also means that you got to keep your eye on your target. He has been scouting his target consistently to make sure that troops are not being healed, the troops are still staying the same. He has been putting markers, you can see barbecue on. He's putting on markers, letting the folks know of situations of what goes on. He has to keep an eye on the reports and has to overall know that they are progressing and winning their fight. Now, this is like the final rally, the final little hurdle they had to get through. You can see the chat still going crazy. But the bottom line of this was they found an individual who was offline, 70 million power, against an individual with over 100 million power looking to zero everything nearby. And CharacterT just blasted through Tx46, just turning on the barbecue. And as you can see, 53 million power, barely any troops remaining, 31 or 34,000 to go. And those two will find their way to the grave in a moment. There were a lot of losses from Tx46 as well. You can see right there the markers being set, barbecue on tier 4 mix, and now last kiss is his final goodbye. One of the things that you're going to see in a moment is he has been rallying with tier 4s. I actually really like that play. Why? He knows that he's not going against something that's going to need a massive power to hit and break. He knows he's already broken this individual. So he has absolutely no reason to send tier 5s. Sending tier 4s, keeping your cost down, your healing cost and losses down as much as possible to get a better bang for your buck, zeroing an individual as well as get resources. I think it's a great play by him. They have been, I think the first couple of rallies had tier 5s in them, and then the more they went below that 1 million troops, the more tier 4s showed up, and it ended up being like a pure tier 4 thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they've been rallying him through this whole time with tier 4s only. We have been mentioning the cost and expenses of maintaining tier 5s versus tier 4s, and so doing this with tier 4s, which means deaths are inevitable, at least you're losing tier 4 troops, which is not as expensive to replace as tier 5s. And so everything he has been doing for the past couple of minutes has been primarily tier 4s, primarily letting the opposition know we're here to zero, we're here to get the least pain as possible for the best bang for our buck. And this guy got zeroed by CharacterT. Yes, he did end up getting zeroed, lost a good, beautiful, almost, well, I think he lost a good 20 million power along the way. CharacterT snatched quite a lot of resources, and again, the scouts every now and then coming out, the checks on things, making sure the reports, and double checking everything is good, sharing the report with his alliance. You see they have a little bit of their different chats in there in which they share all these things, including these reports being shared to his alliance so they can see all of this. So all this was being favorited for me as well as for the alliance. Thank you, CharacterT. By the way, while we're waiting for this last rally to come in, I wanted to thank CharacterT for being incredible and literally recording for me this stuff. And quite frankly, 100+ million power player who is a key player in his alliance, taking his time to hit the record button and send me the footage later on to show off his alliance's capability to bring to the community some awesome content. I really appreciate CharacterT and appreciate his zeroing, and congrats on zeroing the 70 million power player. He's waiting on the March to come back. One more rally will be set, and this guy will probably be donezo. I don't think we're gonna watch the end of this. We don't have the footage all the way to the end. That's on my side, some footage issues converting them. But regardless, CharacterT zeroing Mr. Chorito, poor guy. And what else can be said? Fantastic play, fantastic rallies. As you can see, another rally being set up right now. He's going back to his Mehmed slash what was his combo? Mehmed Freddy. That's what he was doing earlier. So going with the Mehmed Freddy, mixed troops, kind of, you know, trying to spread the loss a little bit. Nothing very serious. And from there, rally will come out. And again, not going too crazy. We're not seeing our expansions too much, just the basics. Get it done and get it over with. The biggest rally he can send, the strongest rally he can send with leading commanders and a mixed set of troops. And here comes the final rally. Anyway, I'm Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. This guy did get 0. That rally did work. Toasted out Chorito, poor guy. And yeah, thank you again, CharacterT, for the footage, and you guys for being so supportive and awesome. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Discord, all in the description, as well as comment section down below. Let me know what was the biggest player you guys been part of zeroing. Leave me a comment down below and let me know. And I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Take care. Peace.